Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy holidays to some of you who do celebrate or whom do celebrate the holidays. Um, so I'm back again with another video. So I've been paying close attention to this particular topic here about Trump cutting food stamps or food benefits to many Americans. I also had been paying attention to even the lunch programs for kids that are free right now, that those are supposed to be cut, possibly. So that's the reason why I did a video previous about Trump possibly having to have this impeachment limbo, and he's really still, currently, he's still the president. Technically, he's still the president, but he is not yet totally impeached. So before you start having your little parties and hoopla, he's at it again. So this just came out, and if you can see this, Trump's food stamp cuts begin soon and Black Americans to be hit the hardest. So this is out of The Guardian. I've been looking at this. It's been a thing that I've been observing for a while, and I guess it's accompanied with a video, but I'm not concerned about the video so much as I am the article. So as Kyle Wade visited Atlanta Community Food Bank recently, where he is the CEO, he ran into a woman who had recently lost her administrative job at a university. So she was looking for work, and she told him this, but it was hard to find. So she was struggling to get by. Of course, when you're struggling to get by temporarily, you're looking for temporary help wherever needed. So I'm adding that in there. Though she had food stamp benefits, she still needed to visit Wade's food bank until she landed a new job. Let me read that again. Though she had the food stamp benefit, she still needed help with food. She had to visit Wade's food bank until she had landed her new job. So even with the food stamps or the food card or EBT that they give people, it's still not enough. There's a whole lot of cuts that have already been made. So it's at the bare bones. And now there's talk of cutting the program out even more to where it's non-existent. So she landed a new job, and she added, because she had a home and a child to pay for. With her job gone, she said that she needed all the extra help that she could get to feed her kids, her family. And so thousands in Atlanta like her, and not even just in Atlanta. So I'm just going to add that in there. I've seen that this could possibly hit even some of the major metropolitan cities as well. So they are already struggling to make ends meet even before the Trump administration, to this supplemental they scale back benefits to low-income Americans to the Supplemental Nutrition System Program, SNAP, as food stamps are known approximately to 700,000 Americans that will soon lose their benefits as the government tightens the regulations around stable work requirements for recipients, stretching the already scarce resources to the communities that Wade's operation is helping. So apparently there's maybe a place where people are getting help for food, and this Wade place or whatever, they're assisting people maybe with extra food for their budget. And so those communities are often the African Americans, raising the prospect that Trump's move will put extra stress on minority families. Approximately 1 in 3 households using the SNAP benefit program are African American. So in general, African American households are more likely to experience food insecurity, according to the Center on the Budget and Policy Priorities. So in 2016, so SNAP helped more than 13 million African American households put food on the table, according to the data from the U.S. Agriculture Department fiscal year in 2016 SNAP households characteristics data. And so Wade stresses the importance of the SNAPS program, even as his food bank provides more than 63 or I would believe 63 million meals to more than 750,000 Georgians, or people that live in Atlanta, Georgia, annually. And so SNAP, he says, provides 12 times the amount of assistance that food banks do nationwide. So SNAP is a very important source or program for nutrition for families, kids, seniors, and people living in the communities present, he says. So annually, the food bank helps 10,000 residents of the state enroll for our Renew SNAP benefit. So Alex Carmadelli, senior policy analyst at the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute, says that 100,000 Georgians who are thought to be affected by the coming change will be African Americans. So we're concerned that the high levels of unemployment in certain areas of the state, despite the overall improvement of the unemployment numbers, is going disproportionately disproportionately impact Black Georgians. Okay, so he says this, but Black Georgians, he adds, have an unemployment rate in the state that could be tripled also. So that's not great. That's not good at all what we're looking at prospectively. So that of white residents, okay, so often because of the additional barriers that they face, like where they live, access to transportation, difficulty finding a job in the mandated period of time. So Wade echoes the sentiment poverty, hunger disproportionately affects people of color. These are going to be low income folks in rural communities who are economically vulnerable by definition, he said. So when they can't eat, they can't get over other hurdles. So rural households experience more struggle with food security, according to Food Research and Action Center, compared with households in metro areas. Food insecurity is also twice as high among African American households compared to the white households in rural communities, or not. And so the average Georgians on SNAP benefits remain approximately 8 months before cycling out of the program as they get back to some sort of stability of work, Wade explains. But as the program intends, the myth of anyone perpetually staying on government benefits just is not true. So basically, people will use it because it's a temporary fix until they can get on their 2 feet, get a job, get some job stability. But a lot of times it's not enough benefits, and it usually impacts people of color more so than it does people who are white or white families or Caucasian families. So when the change to the work requirements takes place in April next year, is Wade is confident that the food bank will see a high demand or higher demand of people who try to make up for the shortfalls because of the cuts. So last year, he points out that the food bank stepped in when the government shut down, left thousands of federal workers in Atlanta without pay, and then we mobilized our networks and donors to distribute hundreds of thousands of meals, and we'll do the same here this time, he said. So it's really sad that this is happening and has been happening. And so the thing that I want to say is that it's not over until it's completely over. And so we want to see, some of us do want to see, I hate to be the one to say this, but honestly, we do want to see this president impeached. But the way they're going about it and slow dragging is not cool either, because he could very well bring this up, and they could kill this whole thing in the Senate. So the thing is that on one end, some people say, oh, there's growth in the economy, there's more jobs and employment, and the growth in the economy doesn't necessarily mean that it impacts people that are the most vulnerable in a positive way. And so as we see, a lot of these programs that are very highly needed by people that are on a lower to spectrum of income for their households, their programs are being cut. And we're hearing about this happening all over again. And so this is an unfortunate situation, but it is true. And I've been watching it for some time, observing. There's been article after article, and a lot of people who are pretty much people who analyze the economy, and they look at the year's perspective and who has benefited from the Trump administration and the policies, and who is not benefiting from the cuts and from losses and things that are impacting many low-income family households. So I've been paying close attention to this. So that's the thing is that it's just always been in me to really be insightful and read and really try to see through these things before they actually impact communities or people that you even know, or maybe yourself. So this right here is an unfortunate situation. I just know that from my perspective, a lot of the Obama programs that the Trump administration tried to reverse, a lot of the things that the Obama administration had put in place that benefited a lot of people who really needed it. And this is but one of another program, even though it wasn't necessarily something that Obama created. It had already been put in place. But this program, the Trump administration is definitely trying to scale back even more to the point to where it's non-existent. And so where it's like bare bones minimum or even less than that. And so it's even with people being on the benefits, they're still having to go to a soup kitchen or to a food bank. And so that should tell you something right there. So with having said that, not to go any further into this, this is really sad, and it's not unsurprising, but SNAP benefit changes are coming. So just be looking out for that. It impacts a lot of people, whether you know it or not. And so to the point to where it is not really, in my eyes, I don't see it as being a fair deal.
and also to return to the workforce. But despite that, the Secretary says at least 75% of the 37,000 able-bodied adults will lose benefits entirely.
I wish they could put us in our position and experience it for themselves.
These benefits are used at grocery stores and farmers markets, which the Secretary says has a huge economic impact on our state, bringing in over $700 million in revenue every year. Reporting in Santa Fe, Marissa Armas, KOAT Action 7 News.
The adult impact will be limited to 3 months of food assistance in a 36-month period unless they are working, participating in a work program for at least 80 hours a month, or volunteering. These changes go into effect March 1st.
Albuquerque.